Hi, I'm Steve Ferroli, and I'd like to welcome you back to our video presentation of Saving Youth Baseball. I'd like to remind you that all video clips can be seen in chronological order at the addresses found below. In our last clip, I talked about baseball bats made out of space shuttle-like materials, metal, aluminum, titanium, alloyed, composite baseball bats. And I talked about them as being an allusion to baseball progress. I also called them the biggest Band-Aid ever placed on the youth game. I also stated that these bats have come to an enormous expense to the baseball parent. I also went on to say that these bats have been a very difficult chapter in high school and college baseball. But in youth baseball, they continue to be a Frankenstein-like nightmare. Let's talk about why. Well, I could do many clips on this very complex subject matter that ranges the entire span of amateur baseball. For the purpose of this Saving Youth Baseball clip and the previous one, clip 17, I am referring to hitters that are batting over a 17-inch plate with live pitching, not coach pitch, and also are on the smaller field, or better said, a field that is smaller than high school dimensions. So at the very least, what should a baseball bat do for the hitter? At the very least, I have two requirements that come to mind. Number one, provided the hitter is standing in an acceptable batter's box position, the baseball bat in his hands should be able to cover all strike zone locations. Unfortunately, because the man-sized home plate is bigger than what the hitter's arms and the average length of these bats can cover, all strike zone locations cannot be reached. Also, because of the additional velocity from the pitcher throwing to a man-sized home plate, little hitters tend to back off the plate out of fear, making matters even worse. So, unless these bats come with additional length, which they do not, and an unlimited supply of courage pills, which they do not, these bats clearly fail requirement number one. My second bat requirement would be that when the hitter has this bat in his hands, he feels as though he can contact the average fastball in his division of play. Unfortunately, this is where the space shuttle bat's deception is at its highest point, because it clearly gives the hitter that feeling. Unfortunately, the way it provides that feeling is right where the deception resides. Let me explain. If we were to ask any grandmother watching her grandson in a ball game if she thought that the bat he was using would affect his swing speed, she's going to say yes, and I hope you would too. What Granny may not realize, and what you may not realize, is most likely that bat that she helped pay for is a high drop bat of somewhere between 5 and 12 ounces. When I say a high drop bat, I am referring to a space shuttle bat that may have a bat weight up to 12 ounces less than its bat length. For example, a 30-inch bat weighing 18 ounces would be what we call a drop 12, whereas a 29-inch bat weighing 23 ounces would be a drop 6 bat, and so on and so forth. The problem with these bats is that Granny's young hitter is trying to execute and learn the hardest single thing to do in all of sports at a swing speed that is too fast for his age, and this will come back to haunt him in the very near future. The progress of both this hitter's swing and timing in some of the most formative years of his baseball journey will be strained by the use of a bat that on an average is too light. This process will begin and continue from about age 8 or 9 years old until the benefits of swing and timing of these Space Shuttle bats are taken away from the hitter in the most important tryout of his life, high school baseball, where only the lightest bat can be drop 3. In high school, the confidence once felt to contact the average fastball in the hitter's division will now be diluted by both a heavier bat and a slower swing speed. Therefore, over the course of time, this bat has failed bat requirement number 2. The illusion of the high drop Space Shuttle bat is that its benefits are only temporary. So where did these bats come from? How did they get here? Everything that I have seen since 1985 and everything I've seen in the Ted Williams League since 1997 tells me that these bats are no more than a mutant creation, an ill consequence to 70 years of playing young boys over the wrong home plate with the wrong baseball. What baseball has really done is they have asked bat companies to create an unjustified swing speed to match the unjustified pitch velocity that is coming from the unjustified home plate. 1, 2, 3. 2 wrongs don't make a right, never mind 3 wrongs. And the bat companies have done this by using an alien substance to the game. You know, something that wasn't in the game at all. Ping, where's Fox Mulder? I feel like I'm in the X-Files. These bats are just a poor answer to the wrong problem. We don't need an increase of swing speed with a $350 Space Shuttle bat. What we need is a decrease in pitch velocity by throwing to a properly scaled home plate. This can be accomplished for next to nothing. I hope you have enjoyed this segment of Saving Youth Baseball. From Hanson, Massachusetts, I'm Steve Ferroli. Get a good pitch to hit.